My name is Guleed. I'm 35 years old. I live in Tensta. I'm also welcome to you guys as a guest from other country. I think we met in Switzerland, last week. Yes. And thank you, Peter, for telling me yesterday night that I should speak today. He called me and he said, Guleed, you're on. So I can, and I do know that there are people here older than me, more wiser than me. So I should say quite a few words, and then I will sit down. For me, community is. I often was very lost when I was young, and I'm kind of still lost, right? Kind of now. For me, community was everyone that I saw in the streets and everyone that I didn't know. For me, strangers were, and still is, a friend that I don't already know. They're a friend that I gotta know. So for me, community is much larger than the Somali, the 10-star group, or my neighbors. A community is a person who didn't take the time to know. And that's how I ended up here, by being very curious. So I was in Denmark, and I had a nice time there. Then I met a young fellow, Felix, and I was like, he seems to be very English, but yet he's not so English. Something is different. So he told me about the church. So he told me about the movement, and I remember from my younger days, since I have a religious interest, that I heard about Reverend Moon and the movement. So I was shocked. I was like, are you guys in Sweden? And he was like, yes. We're actually in Sundbyberg, he told me. I was like, this is the blue line. I live in Tensta. So I will give you a promise. When I come back to Sweden, I will come. So I came. And I stayed. It's one thing to come. There's another thing to stay. And that's, for me, a community that when you bring people in, people could stay. And one of those qualities that made me to stay was that you guys are very different in a very, very good way. I was telling to my group here that you should preserve your uniqueness. You should be proud of it. It's so good. Because a person who also was different, myself, could find a place here, to come home here. And those qualities are because we are very diverse, we are misunderstood, we are seen differently, and that's good. The disciples, if you look history, those were misunderstood, different, and we should embrace that. We shouldn't become more of the mainstream. We should encourage each other's differences. I remember one time when I was in Venezuela, and I was very confused at that time, still confused. So we were going there to save the revolution. So I was there. I was 18. I came all the way from Sweden. I was going there. And the first thing that happened with me was that I lost my passport, the whole thing, when I landed. And there was a lady there. She was a woman of God. And I was very anti-religion at that time, very, very left. And she was so she helped me. But I didn't register that. So fast forward, 2 months on, I was outside Caracas. I was in the kind of in the jungle. And there was a priest there. He was so kind. And some of our delegation, we had malaria and other tuberculosis and so on. So he took us in, knowing that who we were very anti-religion. And he took us in, he used to sing to us at night, talk to us, read from the scripture to us. And I was very intrigued. I was like, this person, he knows who we are, And why does he do this? So he gave me a book. We gathered ourselves. We became better. And then when we were going out, after 2 weeks at staying in his place, he told us, you know what? Do not think so much. Start feeling. Do not only think, but also feel. And that's what I feel when I go to people who feel the Spirit of God or are seeking the Spirit of God, seeking more than this world. They are something different. And we should embrace that. Because outside there, if you have all the things that you're supposed to have and so on, there's an emptiness, there's a void, very big void. And for us to come together in a community, actually in the word community, there's the word commune. We commune to each other in the Spirit of God. And I noticed that when I came back from Denmark to Sweden and talked to you guys, I remember telling a guy, a Somali friend of mine in Tensta, he was like, where are you going? I told him, to church. And he was like, what kind of church is this? I was like, not the Swedish church. It was like, are there white people there? I was like, yeah, but these people are not so white. They are much more, they call each other brothers and sisters. Family federation. So, but I told him, he was very intrigued, he didn't believe me. He was like, are you pulling my leg, Guleed? I was like, no. So, in conclusion, let me say this, that for me to come here and still also continue to come, it's a testimony about what you guys are doing. You are a good group, and I can say that coming from the outside. We all have our struggles, but we have them together. We share, and we talk to each other. Just the fact that you are willing to have a person from outside to give a talk, say something about the strength here. So I do thank you, and let me see how many minutes is here. Okay, 1 more minute. Let me say lastly, in order for us to grow, to be bigger, because I have thought a lot about. I think you younger people here don't know how much sacrifice your parents have made. Or you don't appreciate, maybe you know it, but you take it for granted. That's what we're talking about. You just take it. Your parents have done a lot, created things from a lot. And the things that they went through, we don't normally go through. So appreciate your parents. Really much more for me to see a community up and going like this, that you and your parents allow you to run the show, come here and make the whole thing. And for me, it's a very big testimony for us that we can make it together. For our children to come. I hope our children who comes to see us in the light we see our parents. So yeah, I'm very grateful for coming here and have been a part of you guys, talking to me, giving me your time and listening to me. If sometimes I'm a bit weird, I have different ideas and so on, but we commune together and we share and we convert to each other's worldview. In the word conversation, there's convert. So we convert. We mean much more to each other than we know. At least you guys mean a lot of things to me, and some much more than others. Yeah, I think I could pause there. And I want to thank you, and also our guest. Please welcome. This is the best that Sweden can provide. The best of Sweden. I'm sorry for the other Swedes who are very reserved other side, but we're not like that. So I hope you guys are welcome as well. So thank you for me.